We're in the place they call the Amway Center in downtown Orlando, Florida. It's the home of the Magic, where we are broadcasting our action live today. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, joined as always by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. The Magic again playing host, continuing their homestand in this one. In second to last place in the East, nothing's come easy for them this season.
And it's been a pretty decent season series, Kevin. They've won 2, they've lost 1. So I think this is an important matchup. They'd like to win this game and take the season series.
Without question they would, Steve. I mean, they put themselves in position to do just that. No reason they wouldn't throw themselves fully into this one to try to win the season series.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court right now for the Hawks, Millsap at power forward with Horford at center. On the wings, Korver and Carroll, and it's Ball in at the point. Now here is Harris after the miss from Ball. Here's Gordon. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Hawks coach Mike Budenholzer grew up around the game. His father coached high school and college basketball for 25 years, and Mike got into coaching pretty much immediately after graduating from college. Sounded like a guy who knew what he wanted to do.
Ball. Soft touch off the glass. Payton with the ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against Denver.
I thought his rebounding was impressive as well, as he made some big boards, really helped out on the glass, helped his team out big time.
And Coach Budenholzer, two-sport athlete at Pomona, golf and basketball, also graduated with a triple major in politics, philosophy, and economics. It sounds just like you at Arizona.
Similar, only different. You know, shortly after college, Budenholzer actually took over as the video coordinator for the Spurs, and that's where his career took off. He ended up spending 19 seasons alongside Greg Popovich, winning 4 titles, and now here he is coaching the Atlanta Hawks.
Here's the mayor. He's coming off a 40-point game against San Antonio.
And he was so good defensively, anticipating every pass. He had a ton of steals in that game.
Now, here's Oladipo after the miss from Ball. At the top of the key, Gordon. Millsap against Harris. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, takes the alley-oop pass, and dunks it down.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
Payton passes to Harris. Harris setting the pick for Oladipo. Payton outside. On the wing, Gordon. 14 points from him the last game against Denver. The shot by Payton, no good.
And you know why he was open there. They didn't commit too much defense to him, and you can see why. He has trouble making that shot. Can't say I'm surprised that one didn't fall. He can barely dunk it in the pregame layup lines.
Here's the mayor, averaging 22 points a game. Shoots from the baseline, and the jumper is on the mark. The mayor's got 6.
And the story of this game in the early stages is just how well they've been shooting the ball.
Steve, their percentage from the floor is really impressive up to this point.
Horford with the block. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. For the Orlando Magic, they come into this one following a loss to the Nuggets.
Yeah, they really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game, guys. And in terms of their offense, nothing seemed to go right.
And once they started spiraling downward, there was no getting out of it, Steve. Their scoring just went dry.
Now here's Payton, averaging 6 points per contest. Harris setting the pick for Oladipo. Got a piece of it. Here's the mayor. Baseline jumper. Second chance shot, and it's good on the way in.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree. A theme that has unfortunately come up for this Orlando franchise is their inability to keep a franchise talent for long. Of course, you think both about Shaq and Dwight Howard and their exits.
Now, here's Oladipo. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Denver.
And he was just lurking defensively in that game, Kevin. 4 steals during that ball game.
Here is Korver. 6-point game. Here's Ball, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Well, he's right there at about 71% from the line this season. Probably somewhere below where he'd like to be.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Nicholson's checked in for Vucevic, and Maurice Harkless subbed in for Gordon. And while we can, how about a look at the rookies with the highest shooting percentage since we returned from the All-Star break? You take a look at the mayor, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And, of course, Aaron Gordon, doing just as much.
Only a handful of other rookies can claim as much success shooting the ball as these guys have since the All-Star break.
Well, they've definitely shown spots on the floor for easy shots. I mean, now their teammates have shown the knack for finding them. When they get to those spots.
Now here's Payton. The kick out to Oladipo. And it's Harris off the drive. And he gets it to go. Harris has got his first points of the night.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
Here's Ball. The step back jumper is good.
Yeah, off to a rough start. Just doesn't seem to have the rhythm with his shot.
The Magic trail by 7. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. The Magic head coach and I had a chance to talk just for a bit. He talked about the impact that Al Horford can have on a game and how they'll have their work cut out for them dealing with him. He said Horford's just a complete ball player. He does all the things you want from a big man. He can shoot, handle, and pass. He's always a tough matchup, but it starts with matching his energy level. Kevin, we'll see if they have what it takes.
Thank you. Doris. Millsap takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
Payton drives in. Again, the Magic score.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
The Hawks trail by 5. On the court for Atlanta. Ball. He's in at the point. Paul Millsap out there with Damari Carroll. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Cephalosha in at the 3 slot. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Magic.
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
The shot by Carroll, no good. Magic leading by 7. Harkless dishes to Payton. And it's Harris off the drive. Good work defensively by Millsap. Looking at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks, it was a loss to the San Antonio Spurs.
They found themselves up against a hot team that night, Kevin, and they just didn't have the manpower defensively to shut them down.
You know, guys, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed us. They never strung together any stops like they needed to.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him. Got a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Ball, the pass to Cephalosha. The Hawks working the ball around. The pass to Ball. 6 on the shot clock. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. That's good.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. That's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas. Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
And here's Cephalosha for 3. That is good.
Boy, they're getting a bunch more threes up here in the second quarter.
Yeah, a little trigger happy here, Clark, and you can't win the game with one shot. You've got to bury it up and challenge the defense inside.
Now here's Payton. He's got 6. Picked by Vucevic. Payton drives in. Shot is no good. Good work defensively by Millsap. Puts up the baby hook. Misses from close range. Orlando leading by 4.
Kyle Korver really keeps his defender busy. He's great at running off screens, and that's where he gets a lot of his shots. And even when he doesn't get the ball, he occupies the defense, which is so important for his team.
Max checked in for Tavos.
We've got a moment now to see how the Magic are doing in the NBA rankings right now. 7th in three-point field goal percentage, 13th in blocks. As far as steals numbers go, not very strong. just the top 20 in the league.
Yeah, this is a team that shoots the ball well, and I think the key is their accuracy from the three-point line. You look at that number in the top 10, as you talked about, Clark. You know, they've leaned on this of late particularly, and I think their success from the three-point line has really allowed their offense to open up and become more balanced.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two. And Korver really trains so that he can sustain that energy, moving off the ball.
That's one of the more impressive things about it. Not only his quick release, but the work he does prior to getting loose for those shots. It takes an awful lot of endurance, stamina, and mental toughness, Kevin. Looking at the numbers for Luke Rittenauer, he's got 8 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
Here's the Mayor. 13 points in the game. Puts one up from 19 and misses it off the right side of the rim. Magic leading by 6. Here's Harkless. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws.
Smart foul there. Make him earn those 2 free throws instead of giving up an easy dunk.
Yeah, and he's not a strong free throw shooter. I mean, with his percentage, he's likely to miss one, so that's a good heads-up play.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. The Hawks trail by 7. Here's the Mayor, averaging 22 points a game. Over to the left wing. Harkless with the steal. Payton drives in. Inside to Vucevic. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Vucevic has got 8 points.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
Pass to Harkless. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. And now it's an 11-point Orlando lead.
What a floor leader he's been at the offensive end.
You know, he's done a terrific job of moving the ball around, sharing it, dispersing it, and running the show.
That could give him a huge injection of energy, Clark.
And Kevin, that's exactly what they need right now. They've got to close the gap.
Forget about that for a second. How about the burst to the bucket for a point guard? Boy, he can power those down.
Here are the Magic now, following the bucket by the Hawks. Here's Rittenauer. Mack grabs the miss.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick. Just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
Here's the Mayor. 15 points in the game. Now the feed to Mack. Korver kicks to Carroll. Clock at 4. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. That's good, and the Orlando lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Shelvin Mack. Here's Payton. 6 points for him. The dish to Vucevic. Kicks to Harkless. Here's Harris. And it's good. Harris has got 4 points in the quarter.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. The Mayor in their last matchup against the Spurs got down to business. He had 40 points and an extra bonus from him as he really showed up on the defensive end, adding quite a few steals. His coach said that this was just the kind of game they needed from him as they make their postseason push. Every contribution helps, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. It really was a stunning performance, Clark. He was at his absolute best in this game.
Yeah,
and we're through 2 here and a good one. Magic lead by 5. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
You guys had the lead after the first, but now find yourselves behind. What's the mindset of this team heading into the break?
Yo, I think our mindset right now is like, what just happened? Because we got straight blindsided by them, man. Ali, man.
All right, fellas,
still anyone's ball game right now. A few things from the first half.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Take a look at what the mayor's done. He has 15 points and 3 dimes.
At the 2 and 3, it's Oladipo and Tobias Harris. Gordon and Vucevic, the big men inside. And it's Payton in at the 1 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Here's the mayor, covered by Payton.
Nice rebound in traffic, and that's his job.
Magic leading by 7. Here's Ball. That one goes. Count it. The mayor's got 17. Payton with the ball. Payton right side. Can't get it to go. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
Yeah, they really had their number in that game. Big margin of victory for them. They got there by really including their bench. The depth became a major factor. They just rolled them down.
Out of bounds, Magic ball as Orlando keeps possession. About 1 minute played here in the second half. And Oladipo kicks to Harris. 5 on the clock. Feeds it to Payton. Lets the 3 fly.
They've been able to get out to this lead without really getting a very reliable performance out of him from the field. And they've been off target now on 3 of the first 4 shots they've taken in this second half.
Here's Ball. And he uses the glass on the layup. The mayor's got 4 points this quarter. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Payton kicks to Gordon. Harris outside. Passes it to Vucevic. Shot clock at 6. From 11 feet away. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
And the offense continues to struggle. Just 1 make in their 5 attempts.
3-point shooting perhaps never more valued, Clark, than it is right now in the NBA. Kyle Korver, such a great signing for the Hawks.
Yeah, really a good one. I mean, his contract is front-loaded, running through 2017 for around the mid-level exception. And quite honestly, he's worth every penny, not just because of his laser shooting ability, but he's a hard-nosed, tough guy, professional in every way. He just brings a winning presence to whatever team he's on.
Says he learned a lot of his basketball acumen from his mom, who was a terrific player in Iowa.
No question. Well, that's airtight defense. Not much room to get that shot off.
Harris dishes to Oladipo. He kicks it to Payton. Back to Oladipo. Magic moving the ball around. Payton drives in, lays it up, and banks it in. And now an 8-point Magic lead.
And Korver known for his shooting, but he's a good passer, rebounder, and an underrated defender as well. Takes great pride in being a well-rounded, complete player.
Here's Ball. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And Korver was selected to the 28th player pool for Team USA. And while he might not be a household name to the casual fan, those in the know realize he's one of the best in the business as a professional and as a laser, a dead-eye shooter.
Well, so much great defense has come from the shooting guard position over the years. And here's a rundown of the players wreaking havoc at that spot this year.
Willing to expend on that aspect of the game.
Right on. I mean, they're lockdown defenders, all of them. As gritty a group of guys as you can have on the perimeter.
And it's Gordon penetrating. Here's Vucevic. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Vucevic is really a very capable mid-range jump shooter, but his post repertoire is still a work in progress. Very much so. With his size and touch, you'd really like to see him develop that back-to-the-basket game.
You guys are talking about Vucevic developing inside Steve. There's also some work to do defensively.
Yeah, still a bit foul prone. He's got to follow the Roy Hibbert school of defense, remaining vertical, walling off the rim, and avoiding those fouls.
Here's the Mayor, covered by Payton. Pass to Corbin. Here's the Mayor. He's got 21. Good on the 13-footer. The Mayor's got 8 points in the quarter.
Looked like the defense kind of backed off him, and he took advantage.
Now here's Payton. Not a lot of room. They get a hand on it. Unhindered, going all the way. Trips down the breakaway slam.
Yeah, he didn't even bother to wait around for any help on that break.
That was a one-man job all the way, Steve. He knew what to do with it and when.
Down low. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after. The block, but that one's going to count.
Harkless is checked in for Orlando. Thabo Cephalosha is checked in for the Hawks. Payton drives in, and it's blocked by Ball. Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right now.
Playing with a lot of confidence, just some self-assurance there. I like what we're seeing.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Al Horford impeding the defense there with a solid screen.
Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Payton kicks to Harkless. It's Oladipo on the wing. To the middle. Here's Gordon. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Gordon's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Well, that's important because this game, I think, is going to be decided by who controls the paint in crunch time.
Here's the Mayor, covered by Payton. 5 to shoot. Korver passes to Horford. Good. Horford's got 12 points in the game.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
Gordon dishes to Harkless. Back to Gordon. Puts up the baby hook. And Orlando again with the bucket.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Here's the Mayor, covered by Payton. Here's the Mayor. He has 29. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out east. You look at Atlanta. They're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs. And, of course, the Orlando Magic. Not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
You know, for the Magic, they've really languished amongst the losing teams in the league. I mean, again, they'll be watching with the rest of us come playoff time. And the question has to be asked, what are they going to do to balance out that win column going forward? They need some work.
Well, you have to be careful of the quick fix. I know that. So often, the best teams are built through the draft, being sensible with their contracts. When you try to take shortcuts, it can come back to bite you.
Kent Bazemore is checked in for the Hawks.
Good job at the line.
Coach for the Magic. The Magic have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Ridnour kicks to Oladipo. To the wing right side. Harkless. Good. The assist goes to Ridnour. And it's 8 points here for Harkless.
This has been a different kind of game here in the second half. I thought both clubs a little slow in the first.
No question, but they're really going at it now.
Here's Teague. Can't get it to fall. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Magic leading by 4. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. The Hawks trail by 4. On the court for Atlanta, Korver at the 3 with Paul Millsap at the 4. The mayor is out there with Teague, and it's Horford in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Comes up empty down low. Orlando's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three.
Oh, man, that was unreal. Mark it up. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
He dishes it to Korver. He feeds it to Teague. Three-pointer. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
I tell you, he had all the time in the world to get that shot off.
Harkless the pass to Payton. And they double up Payton. Harris dishes to Harkless. Six to shoot. And it's Harris off the drive. Rebounded by Korver. Korver's got 4 rebounds now tonight. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Right wing. The pass to Ball. The 3. And he gets it to go. The Mayor's got 34.
He has not lost his focus today. Things haven't gone his team's way. He's still bringing it.
Payton kicks to Oladipo. Payton outside. Dishes to Vucevic. Lets it go from the wing. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Picture perfect with the turnaround. There's no stopping that shot.
Teague, the pass to Horford. Back to Teague. Here's the Mayor, covered by Payton. Back to Teague. Hands the 12-footer.
You know, he was smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Agreed. As long as he picks his spots, his outside shot will be hard to block, no matter who's on it.
And the Hawks making a change here. Carroll's checked in. Doris Burke has some information.
In the huddle, he was absolutely adamant, saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
Thanks again, Doris. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Out to the right wing. Harkless with the steal. And now Oladipo pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure. Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Orlando leading by 7. Payton outside. Pass to Vucevic. Vucevic setting the pick for Oladipo. Harkless kicks to Payton. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Shot clock at 6. Took the opportunity when he saw it. And that's 13 points for Victor Oladipo.
It hasn't happened as quickly as he would have liked, but he's finally putting some points on the board in this game.
No good from Ball. The Magic have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Oladipo, good.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play, they're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
And Payton throws it down.
Everything's falling now, and this lead continues to increase.
Yeah, it's just way too hard to keep up with a scoring pace like this. I mean, and that's why the defense is having a tough time.
Here's Ball. Here's Millsap. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
Now, here's Oladipo, defended by Ball. Here's Harkless. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got 3 assists in the game. Here's Ball, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
You know, even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the official.
And that one misses. And Orlando making a change here. Gordon's checked in. And he sinks the second.
He's made an effort to get into the defense a lot more by aggressively attacking the basket, and he's not shying away from the contact, which has given him some free throw opportunities.
And Oladipo kicks to Harris. Now here's Payton. He's guarded closely. The Hawks trail by 14. Here's Ball. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. The Mayor's got 38 points.
They're simply living and dying from behind the arc in the second half. And I don't think that's the way to go here. They're trailing. The three-point shot can be used. They've got to balance it out.
Vucevic. Good work defensively by Horford. For Atlanta, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Makes it 2 points there from Ball.
Well, with his team struggling, he is taking it upon himself to get them back into this game.
Payton kicks to Gordon. Knocked loose. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Ball. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Gordon's got 5 rebounds tonight. Payton with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. Payton outside. And it's Harris off the drive. Vucevic with the bucket.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams.
Here's Ball. And a miss there on the triple. Orlando leading by 11. Harris kicks to Payton. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the officials.
At the line, shooting 2. Elfrid Payton. That free throw missing. He hits the second from the line.
Oh, there's so much talk about the intentional foul, whether it's good for the league or not. Some people say, hey, keep the rule, make the guy make the free throws. If he can't make a free throw, then coach has to take him out. On the other hand, it's boring to watch. It slows the game down. I'd like to see the elimination of the rule. Don't let a foul fest go on and just have a parade to the foul line.
Yep, it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Ball. Harris outside. Back to Oladipo. The feed to Harris. Shot clock at 6. Here's Vucevic. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 5 assists tonight.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Here's Ball. No luck. Payton with some nice D. Magic leading by 12. Kicks to Oladipo. Uncovered. And again, it's Orlando converting.
You know, he's showing some kind of a killer instinct this quarter, trying to stretch this lead out.
1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Three-pointer. And count it. Three-pointer good on the shot from Ball. The Mayor's got 45 points.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts, and the complexion of the game as a result may change.
Payton drives in. The dish to Oladipo. Back to Payton. Feeds to Oladipo. Vucevic setting the pick for Oladipo. Inside to Vucevic. Comes up empty down low. The Hawks trail by 11. Here's the Mayor. Inside. Korver, no luck.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
And now just watching the clock wind down and what will turn out to be a win here for the Magic.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Shot quality and better overall shooting.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
There's something more than just a win when they are playing these guys today. They're going to come out on top in the season series.
And that's going to make it a special win, Steve. They'll finish 3-1 against them, and they're allowed to gloat a little bit with that record.
And you see the contribution.
I like that shoot.
Team, and boy, what a...
And so it's Orlando winning this.
Well, Nick, a terrific
Things are happening fast. I'm talking freight train fast. I hope you're ready to take that first step toward that big shoe deal you've been dreaming of for so long.
Man, what are you talking about now?
Jordan and Nike are interested in you. Very interested.
What? Why did you just say that?
Because I mask my own crippling insecurities in an avalanche of words. My analyst says it's a flaw. But now that we're friends, I think we can be honest with each other. And besides, the timing wasn't...
We're not friends. But what else?
All right, there's a catch you may not like. The gatekeeper of this here deal used to play in the league until his knee exploded like a Chinese New Year parade.
Ha ha! My man! What? Jackson Ellis?
In living color, in the flesh, large and in charge. You name it, I am it. And here I am.
Oh, nah. This is personal. Oh, so you working for Nike and Jordan now?
Fun twist, right?
I mean, that's one way to put it.
Games coming together. Like what I see. We're watching and we're interested.
But what?
It's early. You're still not that far removed from being a 10-day contract nobody. And this company didn't get to be number one by dealing with nobodies.
Well, you know what? It's too bad that we can't play one-on-one for it with your broke knee.
Yeah, too bad.
You
know, when I was playing this game, dominating the NBA, it was my whole existence. No girlfriend, no wife, every day. This was it. So when the doc told me I was done, it was like my soul got ripped from my body. I was emptied out. I even cried. Real tears. And then this here opportunity came along. A new game. Game I liked even more.
Oh, yeah, and why's that?
Because I always get to choose who wins. I'll be watching.
Greetings, everyone, from Atlanta. The Hawks playing host to an Eastern Conference affair here at the Phillips Arena. And it's back to Miami for the Heat at the conclusion of today's game. And you look at this team, pretty impressive. Certainly a playoff contender with the third-best record in the East.
And you know, Kevin, they look like they're having fun out there, a real party. I mean, I love what I'm seeing from them in terms of their chemistry. But playing well and winning games will do it for you. That goes hand in hand. Good chemistry, wins, and fun.
Yeah, chicken or the egg, Clark, which comes first? I'm not sure, but they... got both right now. Great chemistry, winning games, the communication, the camaraderie, the fun, and really the effort and the passion that they're showing. It's all great stuff.
So the opening lineup for the Heat: on the perimeter, Wade and Dang. Nick Roberts at the 4 with Bosch at center. And it's Cole in at the point guard.
Well, the Miami Heat, since the Big Three assembled, have been a polarizing team. Some fans rooted for them, others rooted against them. Either way, they've been an incredible story for the league and have become just a huge draw around the NBA.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Horford high post. Passes it to Ball. Millsap a screen on Dang. Clock at 4. Dishes to Korver. Three-pointer. That's good. Korver's got himself on the board with 3 there.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Here's Cole. That one rolling around and rims out.
And the defense did just enough to throw him off that shot.
Here's Ball. No luck. And it's Miami the other way. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And it was the role players in that game, Kevin, that really led the charge. You know, the guys who normally don't score a lot, they came in and really contributed.
A total team performance, Steve, the kind you need if you're going to win on the opponent's home floor.
Yeah, 3 out of 4 from the floor, so a good start for this club.
Wade outside. Here's Cole. The shot's good on the assist by Wade.
See the way he times his passes so well? That was a great assist.
The Hawks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's the mayor. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game, and that one's good. No shot.
How about this? They're shooting 80% so far. I know it's early, but offensively they look great.
The Atlanta Hawks come into this one following a loss to the Magic.
Yeah, they gave away a lot of points at the free throw line in that game. Maybe it was being on the road. Maybe they were just out of sync, but something had them rattled.
Steve, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but clearly the misses from the stripe had an impact.
And the Hawks with possession here. The Heat getting the bucket. Shot from the top of the key, and it drops once again. The bucket from Ball. The Mayor's got 6. The Heat trail by 5. Wade with it. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Boston.
Yeah, Kevin, he really set up shop at that foul line. I mean, they could not do anything with him defensively, and so they had to keep fouling.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Here's the Mayor, following the score by Miami. There's the lob to the hoop, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Here's Bosch, following the basket by Paul Millsap.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there. Chris Bosch, in some ways, has been the overlooked, underrated member of the Big Three in Miami, but extremely valuable. A nice complimentary scorer and understated defensively. But with LeBron gone now, he becomes more of a focal point offensively.
Both free throws good from Ball. And Chris Bosch posted up a lot more, it seemed, to Clark in Toronto and Miami. It had become primarily a face-up threat.
And I think that's where he's most comfortable, Kevin. More of a slender build. He takes advantage of his quickness more than his strength, so facing up is really where he's been most effective.
Pushing their lead to double digits. Carroll's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. The Heat trail by 10. find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He made no secret the number one thing he wants to see from his guys: an all-out assault on the offensive glass, even if it comes at the expense of giving up some points and run to get guys free. Now let's run them. It's still very early in this game, so there's plenty of time for those changes to take effect, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Here's the mayor following the score by Luol Deng. And the shot is good from Ball.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball out of the way.
Wade passes to Bosch. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Bosch has got his first basket.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Ball, the pass to Corker. Here's the mayor. Wade is covering. Here's Ball. Here's Millsap. Off with the layup.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
Cole dishes to Wade. And Cole kicks to McRoberts. Pass to Wade. Tries it from the top of the key. Second shot opportunity. McRoberts' shot is good.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
The Hawks leading by 6. Here's the mayor. He's got 10. He feeds it to Carroll from the arc, and the shot is good. Carroll's got his second basket of the night.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
And it's Cole missing. And has gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. To the left wing. Carroll kicks to Millsap. Stolen by Bosch. Cole, the pass to Wade. Over in the corner, Cole takes the 3. And Bosch gets it to go on the assist from Cole. Bosch has got 5 now.
Everybody on the floor is hot. Incredible stuff here in the early stages.
And for the Hawks, Paul Millsap's checked in for Horford. Damari Carroll comes in for Scott, and it's the mayor in for T. And a new group in for the Heat. Chris Bosch is checked in for Anderson. Josh McRoberts comes in for Luol Deng. Wade, he's checked in for Ennis. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers. Ball, he's in at point guard.
Since you popped up on my suggestion, I guess I'll watch it. Emoji smiling face with horns.
In at the 2. So that's the Hawks 5. Millsap a screen.
So
From
bad.
downtown, the rebound by McRoberts. McRoberts has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Bosch uses the glass to finish the layup. Bosch has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Here's the mayor. 10 points for him. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And let's quickly jump to the 2K leaderboard to find out which point guards have been the highest scorers over the last month. You take a look at the mayor, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
And you just can't say enough about the value of a player like him who can attack a defense in so many different ways from the point.
You know, you're right. For him to be providing the individual scoring he has, as well as keeping all his teammates so involved in the offense, that's a hard job, and it's an ideal combination for a point guard.
The Hawks leading by 5. Outside Millsap. Korver passes the ball. The 10-footer. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Mick Roberts dishes to Bosch. Cole's shot is good. Cole's got 6 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Fades back. The Hawks again can't hit. The Heat trail by 3. The kick out to Bosch. And it's all evened up. Bosch has got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, one thing you have to give Coach Eric Spoelstra credit for is he's not wedded to just one approach. I like his ability to be flexible. You remember after the 2011 finals, for example, he really went back to the drawing board and changed Miami's offense to their small ball approach, but also wanted to get LeBron inside more. The result has been a couple of championship rings.
And it's good.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the 3-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come, Clark.
And that one's good. Millsap.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Here's Cole, defended by Ball. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Norris Cole played his college ball at Cleveland State, but was a state champion at Dayton Dunbar High School. He's a quick scoring guard who the Heat bring in off the bench, not only to push the tempo offensively, but to provide some real havoc defensively.
And Norris Cole's team, more a scoring guard than a playmaker.
Yeah, he picks his spots, Kevin. You know, still searching for that efficiency offensively that would put him over the top, but really found a niche for himself alongside Wade in Miami.
Bosch, the screen. On the wing, Granger. Clock at 6. Gets an open look and hits. Granger's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done. And a moment to check out Norris Cole here. A breakdown since the All-Star break. He's putting up 9 points per game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out to me about his recent performance.
Well, you think about his intelligence, the court vision, both are outstanding. Those numbers are hardly a shock, as excellent as they are.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Thanks, Kevin. The mayor. In their last matchup against the Magic was simply terrific. He ended with 47 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay on a roll like that tonight.
I agree with you there. I mean, he obviously hit on something that brought out the best in him, and you can be sure he's going to take the exact same approach in this one.
Definitely. And as confident a player as he was, now he's got to be feeling absolutely unstoppable.
Bosch kicks to Granger. Feeds it to McRoberts. And another basket for Miami. Here's the mayor. He's got 12. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
He kicks to Korver. He'll pass the ball. It's hauled in by the Heat. Nick Roberts has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Now, slight advantage for them in the rebound category. They've got to continue their work on the glass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they're on the right side of the ledger, and that is all that matters to them right now with the lead they have.
Ball, the pass to Carroll. Here's Bosch. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. And now it's a 10-point Heat lead.
You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And that's not something they should get away from.
Ball, the pass to Millsap. Stolen by Bosch. Nobody near Granger. And again, Miami with the triple. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Miami?
They've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Look at that lead up and down the court. They have been in complete control all night.
And it's kept this building as quiet as a library. These fans have had nothing to cheer for.
Ball, the pass to Corver. Here's the mayor. Millsap a screen. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Ball. Oh, yes, the turnaround. The mayor's got 14 points for the game.
Looked like he was trying to go for a degree of difficulty points on that shot.
Here's Cole. He's guarded by Ball. And the rejection by Ball. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. So both teams changing it up here.
We need better looks than that.
And through the first half. Pretty lopsided.
Well, obviously a lot of ground for you guys to make up in that second half. Do you expect Coach to shake things up to try to jumpstart you here in the third?
Yo, he better, because I'm about to pop a blood vessel up in here. I can't stand losing like this. Yo, if he needs any suggestions of what he can change, he can come to me, because I've been keeping the list all half. It's about 5 pages long at this point.
Hang tough, young man. Kevin, this league is not easy on the young ones.
All right, Doris, thank you. And
Okay, guys, that wasn't the kind of basketball I had in mind, especially on our home court. Let's go over what happened.
well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. It's been quite a game for the mayor.
How about his first half? Just easily surpassing his average point total.
On pace for a monster game. Too bad he can't score like this every night.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Heat, Dang and Nick Roberts holding down the forward spots. Norris Cole and Dwayne Wade combine at guard. And it's Bosch in at the 5.
The offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line.
Both free. Good from Ball. The Heat leading by 14. Double team on Wade. And there's the feed to Cole. Wade dishes to Dang. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Dang's got 5 now.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, if you just looked at assist as the measuring stick, they've been by far the better team.
Well, last year his coach Eric Spoelstra made the claim that Bosch has transitioned into being an elite defender. He might have a point with the way Bosch has grown.
And McRoberts kicks to Wade. He dishes it to Cole. 6 to shoot. Dang passes to Wade. Double team on Wade.
D-Wade draws a ton of attention for his explosive offensive talent. But people tend to forget what an impact player he is in other facets of the game as well. I mean, he gives you rebounds, assists, steals, blocks shots. I think it's his all-around game that has him assured of being a first famer.
First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Wade. The Hawks trail by 19. Here's the mayor. He's got 16. Here's Millsap, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
Yeah, Clark, they've been more active and more physical down low, and I think that's been the difference. And Wade with long arms, athleticism, great time. One of the all-time great shot blockers among guards. In fact, for his career, averaging about a block a game to go with 2 steals as well. So a terrific nose for the ball.
The shot's good from Ball. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Here's Cole, covered by Ball. Bosch, the screen. Cole dishes to Dang. And the Heat, another 3. And Wade, a very good one-on-one defender, but the Heat have the luxury of often putting him off the top scorers on the other side.
Yeah, and with Luol Deng, who can guard the point of attack, now Wade almost can operate like a free safety, using his speed to pick off passes or stuff a driver at the rim.
Here's Cole, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And here's a check of the 2K leaderboard and the top rebounding shooting guards of the past 10 games. Wayne Wade on top.
And a 2-guard who's as prolific as a rebounder as he is, that's a rare breed in the NBA. I mean, it defies conventional wisdom that he's able to pull down as many boards as he does from that position.
Well, I start with his athleticism, Steve. I mean, that makes it possible. He's got a nice feel for playing in the post as well. He doesn't look out of place down there like a lot of shooting guards do.
Korver, no luck. Miami leading by 19. Here's Dang. It's rebounded by Paul Millsap.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Wade left side. Right side, Dang. Here's Bosch. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Bosch has got 14.
Everything's going right now. 4 for 5 shooting, 80%. They got their offense clicking.
Danny Granger has checked in for Miami.
Well, Atlanta, since the All-Star break, we get a look at the numbers they've put up here. First in field goal percentage. First in fewest turnovers per game. And they're number 1 in opponent scoring. They don't allow teams to get into a rhythm offensively, and thus they're able to hold those points down.
And the shooting is really what stands out to me. This is a team that does such a good job of finding open looks. They're unselfish. They work offensively to create good shots. And when they do that and they're on their game, they're tough to beat.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, as you know, Dwayne Wade has one of the best pump fakes in the NBA, and he'll tell you he picked it up from Sam Cassell. Of course, you remember Sam was playing in Milwaukee when Wade was at Marquette in the same town. Wade knows how hard it is to deal with pump fakes. I bite too, not as much, but guys get me. I get mad every time because I'm like, that's my move. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, he's a piece of work, isn't he? Thank you, Doris.
So far in the game for Cole, he's got 11 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
Yeah, to watch him spread the ball around, get everybody involved is a thing of beauty. And let's take a look now at the numbers for Dwayne Wade. This is the kind of play they love to see from him when he's just controlling things out there. He's putting up 21 points per game, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds. They've been able to count on him to run the show offensively, which he's done with his sensational passing.
Yeah, he's been setting them up with a lot of easy baskets, room service dimes. We call them, one great look after another coming off of his passes. Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket, on time and on target.
Here's the mayor. 22 points for him. Count the bucket. The Mayor's got 24.
For him at the offensive end, he's ignored the scoreboard and continued to go out there and do his thing.
On the wing, Dang. On the wing, Granger. Granger right side. And there's Dang. That's good on the assist by Granger. Granger's got 3 assists in the game. Atlanta's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Pass the ball. Lets the 3 fly. And the shot is good. The Mayor's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
Bosch sets the pick for Wade. Bosch, the screen. Granger outside. Fires for 3. And the Heat, another 3.
Oh, the rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
Here's the Mayor. 27 points for him. Traps in the tray. The Mayor's got 30 points.
You know, even though he doesn't really have the long-range ability on a consistent level, he can knock down some open ones.
Granger against Millsap. Over to the wing. From past the arc. Cole's shot is good. Cole's got 16.
And he's made the most of his chances, hasn't he? He really needs to continue to work for those good looks.
Here's the Mayor. He has 30. From downtown, that is good. The Mayor's got 33.
Tell you what, he's had an excellent game, and they're going to have to continue to rely on him if they're going to come back.
Here's Cole, guarded by Ball. Outside Dang. Kicks it to Wade. Just 5 to shoot. Again, the Heat good for 2.
They're going to have to tighten up defensively, guys, because they're really giving up way too many open looks.
Dwayne Wade, over the last 4 years, adjusted beautifully to playing off the ball alongside LeBron James, and that was not easy, folks. He actually became one of the game's best cutters during that time. Now back to his old ways, playing with the ball in his hands a lot more. Should suit him well.
Miami leading by 19. Here's Cole. He's got 16. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
You look at the turnover situation.
Dialed in.
It's not been that bad.
The Hawks have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Millsap at power forward. Center. Teague and Korver in the backcourt. And it's Cephalosha in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Korver kicks to Millsap. Korver passes to Millsap. Second chance shot, and there's the rejection. Atlanta making some changes. Tamari Carroll's checked in for Cephalosha. And it's the Mayor in for Teague. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. His message was this: all of us know these guys are capable of exploding and putting up points in a hurry. So I don't want to see anybody letting up until that final whistle blows. Guys, back to you.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Here's the Mayor. Here's Horford. And it's Miami with the rebound. Bosch has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And it's blocked by Ball. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here, the Hawks again can't hit. Miami leading by 16. Dang double teamed, and the Mayor gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far.
You know, the league seems pretty serious about creating more parity between the teams. A big sign of that was the last CBA, where the NBA more than tripled the amount of revenue sharing between the big market and the small market teams. The little guys, I think, are in a much better position now than they were a few years ago.
You know, when he gets rolling, guys, he can be an absolute handful to have to deal with. And right now, he is rolling strong.
For Miami, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Bosh, well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the Heat lead by 21. And most NBA teams now can turn a profit with the revenue sharing and still field a competitive team.
And I think that's really important, that you try to balance it out between the large market teams and the smaller market teams. Clearly, revenue creation is different when you're in a bigger market versus a smaller one. So with the tougher luxury tax and revenue sharing, the size of your market is a little bit mitigated. And so therefore, everybody has a better chance to be competitive. 4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball, just having their way down low.
Picked by Horford. Here's Ball. An easy layup after coming off the pick. The Mayor's got 39.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the tin for the layup.
Bosh, the screen. And McRoberts kicks to Cole. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Cole's got 11 points here in just the second half.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
Lets it go from 14 in Atlanta. Again with the bucket.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half. But since the break, he's been on target.
Wade outside. Left side, Dang. There's the pick. Left side, Dang. Shot clock at 6. The dish to Cole. Lots of room. Drained for 2 points. Cole's got 4 points in the quarter.
Another good pass, and their offensive execution has been impressive, to say the least.
The last 4 field goals have been assisted. Yeah, passing has kept the defense off balance, but to get assists, you got to make the shots. You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
Back to Wade. Here's McRoberts. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Wade's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Atlanta's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only 1 of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Boy, look at the big ups, Clark.
Major bounce there. I mean, he can fly, folks. Really fly.
And we're seeing more and more of that, it seems, guys, out of the point guard spot in the NBA these days. And that 4th foul might force him to scale back the aggression defensively a little bit. He does not want to pick up number 5.
And McRoberts kicks to Bosh. Dang against Millsap. Ball's knocked loose. McRoberts dishes to Bosh. That's good.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Here's the Mayor. Out to the right wing.
You know, the NBA continues to get better at analyzing data and charting game results. It shouldn't surprise you that players shoot better off the catch than they do off the dribble. It's a big reason passing and ball movement tends to be more effective than one-on-one isolation play.
Doubled by Ball. Cole, the pass to Wade, and stolen by Horford. Here is Korver. 1:44 left in the fourth. They double him with Dang. Shot clock at 6. Korver kicks to Horford. Stolen by Bosh. Wade outside. Wade double teamed. And dang, here we go. And he gets the bucket. Tang's got 14 points now in the second half.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Miami.
Tonight they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That certainly was their main meal, their bread and butter, if you will.
And on the year, looking at their record, 49 wins.
And I think they needed this win, guys, if for nothing else than to gain a split in the 4 games of the season series.
You know, that's definitely something. I'm sure it meant a lot to them, not letting a conference opponent get the better of them.
Wade gets the bucket.
I wasn't so sure he could get it turned around after that poor first half, but he's got it rolling here a little bit in the second.
Here's the mayor. Passes it to Carroll. Millsap left side. Shot clock at 5, and he banks in the layup. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds. 40 seconds left in the game. Dishes it to McRoberts. Paul Millsap with the rebound. Atlanta's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
Looks like they're going to finish strong, but just aren't enough ticks left on the clock.
Well, Steve, it's a good run they're having now, but they just waited too long to have it.
McRoberts misses. Atlanta shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Here's Cole. Millsap covering. And the mayor gets the whistle that time. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Well, they're not going to get back into this game when they commit frustration fouls like that one.
How about exasperation fouls? I mean, that's what it looked like to me. It's an indication of the kind of game they've been having.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play.
Dwayne, you had a...
This ain't gonna happen, yo. Unacceptable. This team is built to win titles, and we playing like we playing for ping pong balls in the lottery.
Chill, man. It's a long season. You told me that. We just gotta fight through and warm up at the right time. Playoffs.
Maybe, but you can't cook breakfast in a cold oven. We best start warming up real soon.
True. Don't you ever knock?
You knew I was coming.
Yeah, but that don't mean I want you prancing up in here without knocking.
You won't be complaining when you hear what I have to tell you.
What's up?
Your NBA stock is what's up. I heard rumors. Teams are already freeing up cap space, getting ready to make serious offers. I got GMs and scouts I couldn't talk to in a million years reaching out to me. When off-season comes, we're just going to be backing trucks up to the bank.
Yeah, that's all good.
Just one thing. Just please, be careful out there. Don't get hurt or roll an ankle or tear an ACL. God forbid it. We'd just be back to where we started.
Not those 3 letters, man. Never say that. It's like some voodoo stuff. Please, man. We never talk about injuries, man.
I'm so sorry. You just take care of your stuff on the court. I'll take care of business on my end. If everything goes right, we'll all be getting paid, okay?
All right, man. I'm going to take care of my stuff on the court. No more talk about that stuff, though, man.
Hey, that's my meal ticket.
Live from Charlotte at the home of the Hornets. We're broadcasting from the Time Warner Cable Arena. Well, it was the Charlotte Hornets in their last game, losing to Washington at the Verizon Center. They battled and battled, but could not pull it off at the end. Guys losing by just a single point.
And guys, had their free throw shooting been anywhere near up to par, I think it would have changed everything in that game.
No doubt. About it. I mean, there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line. It infiltrates other parts of your game.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Millsap at power forward with Horford at center. On the wings, Korver and Carroll, and it's Ball in at the 1 spot. Well, this team just hasn't been playing to the level fans were hoping for, and Clark, the frustration has reportedly been building up now for some time among the players.
Well, you worry that all that talk coming from behind closed doors will find its way out into the open. But, you know, if they pull together here and start running off some wins, I think all that talk will quiet down.
And with the way he's burst onto the NBA scene with his play, you have to think this upcoming summer will be a long one for him. He'll be high on a lot of teams' free agency list.
Well, teams might have missed on him or passed on him during the draft, but I don't think they'll make that mistake again with him hitting free agency. He'll have the leverage. He'll be holding all the cards this summer when free agency rolls around.
Good. Jefferson's got his first 2 points of the night.
What?
Here's the Hawks with the ball. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
And in winning that last game, guys, they drove the lane and attacked the basket very aggressively. It led to them drawing a lot of contact inside and causing some foul trouble for their opponent.
Ball knocks down the step. Okay. The Mayor's got his second basket of the night. And so just over a minute and a half played. Walker the pass to Jefferson. Inside, here's Henderson. Paul Millsap with the rebound. And what Steve mentioned was a big reason they came out on top. Some of their opponents' most important players, it seemed, spent a good chunk of crunch time, Clark, on the bench.
And that really gave them an upper hand late, Kevin. I love the
nice
way they
crossover
went right
leading
at
to
them
score.
in that game, attacked them, and drew a bunch of fouls.
It's not very often you can say this about the future is looking pretty bright.
So often the season ends and you're thinking about the issues you've got to deal with, but right now the Hornets headed in a good direction.
Ball can't get it to go, and Charlotte will go the other way with it to the inside, and that one's good by Henderson.
How about this? They're shooting 80% so far. I know it's early, but offensively they look great. And for Charlotte, as you said, part of it is feeling good with their direction, but also they should feel good that they actually have a direction after the way the last few years have gone.
Here's the Mayor. He has 7. Pulls up on the elbow. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. The Mayor's got 9. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in.
Having a direction, as you mentioned, had been a problem with Charlotte because they seem to change their minds every year about who they were going to be, and they did it for the last decade or so. Now it seems as though the base is solid, and they've got an idea of how they want to build and who they want to build around, and they've got a group that can grow together.
And that one's good by Henderson.
They've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
Here's the Mayor. 9 points in the game so far. Passes to Carroll. Vonleh with the rebound.
So easy look there, but, he misses those once in a while.
And Walker kicks to Vonleh. They set the pick. Millsap with the steal. Oh, and here comes Carroll all alone. The shot's good from Ball.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Outside, Walker. The dish to Neal. Now the feed to Jefferson. Turnaround Jay. That's blocked. Carroll passes the ball. Here's Carroll. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Horford with the screen on Walker. Here's Ball. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
Over the last month, let's see how the Hornets performed, Kevin, in the NBA. 6th in fewest turnovers per game, 10th in blocks, and they're a top 10 shooting team from the foul line. Pretty good company for that team.
No, they're a smart team. You talked about those few turnovers, and that's the number that really stands out to me when you go down that list of stats. They're smart. They don't take a lot of crazy gambles. They try to work the ball around the perimeter, get it inside when they can, and get the best shot every time down the floor.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
Boy, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers and turning them over.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Rejected by Millsap. And he lobs it.
That was wicked!
How are you playing 2K15?
Hornets trail by 7.
Paul Millsap is most versatile forwards in the game, a natural power forward, but he brings some small forward qualities as well. He's a heck of a player, and he's developed that three-point shot to round out his game.
Hawks have gone 8 of 10 shooting, coming out very strong. Jefferson with the double team. And here's Korver from the arc, and the dunk by Horford.
Boy, the big fella's showing us a little explosiveness for a change.
Well, maybe Clark is working on his dunk skills because he looked perfectly at home right there.
Yeah, sometimes he can clang those, so I'm glad to see him get that one down.
Here's Walker.
He has the game still.
Here's Neal. His last outing, 16 points for him. And there's the whistle. Hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Paul Millsap picks one up.
You know, the issue really with Atlanta this year, and
Dialed in from long range. I like it.
kind of stuck in.
Let's go. You're up.
My time.
And so it's Atlanta with it. 3-point lead. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
I know that's a game they'd like to forget. Sort of a tough day for them all around.
Yeah, I don't see any reason they won't be able to rebound from it pretty quickly, though. I mean, this team throughout the season has shown itself to be pretty resilient.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Hawks lead by.
We get closer and closer to the playoffs. Anthony Davis and the New Orleans Pelicans take on Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And for the Hawks, guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
And I thought the key to that first quarter, guys, was the turnovers they faced with that aggressive defense.
Well, the defense, as you said, Steve, has been really aggressive, and it's paid off for them a few times already.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Millsap at power forward with Horford in center. Kyle Korver is out there with the mayor, and it's Cephalosha in at the small forward position. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Thanks, Kevin. The mayor in their last matchup against the Heat was simply terrific. He finished with 45 points, and did he ever have active hands on defense? Stealing, blocks, both were a part of his game that night. Just absolutely incredible numbers from him in a game you didn't want to miss. So glad we were here to watch it, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance, Clark.
It clearly was one of those games that when we look back on his career, this game will be right there among the best ever that he's played.
Well, he was in the zone from the outset. It was just one of those games where he was feeling it every going his way, and he attacked, and that's what I like. Once he knew it was his night, he just attacked relentlessly.
Outside, Walker. He dishes it to Henderson. Zeller setting the pick for Henderson. Cephalosha with the steal. Pass the ball. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And the jam by Cephalosha.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
And it's Walker penetrating. Jefferson setting the pick for Walker. To the inside. Here's Henderson. The shot's good on the... assist by Walker. Henderson's got 8 points.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. I mean, with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Zeller dishes to Walker. Kicks it to Jefferson. The jump hook, that's good. And now just a 2-point Hawks lead. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Ball. Drains it from 17 feet out. 17 points in the game.
And he's made the most of his chances, hasn't he? He really needs to continue to work for those good looks.
Some changes for Charlotte. Vonleh's checked in for Zeller. And Gary Neal subbed in for Marvin Williams. Damari Carroll's checked in for Atlanta. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. He urged them to do everything possible to create open looks for each other. Talked about setting picks, running more set plays, anything to shake free of that defense. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
Thanks a lot, Doris. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is on this.
Well, I just, you know what, Kevin? Come on, Kevin. I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Horford kicks to Millsap. And Jefferson sends it back. Here's Henderson. Boom, he jams it straight down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
Well, that's how you send it. 2 hands and hammer it down.
The pass to Corbin. No good on the triple. Hornets have gotten nearly everything to fall for them here in the second quarter. They're a great 7 of 8 from the floor. Walker goes in. Here's Jefferson. And a missed layup. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Stolen by Walker. Pass to Jefferson. Back to Walker. Looking for Jefferson. He gets it there. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Jefferson's got the lead up to 2 now for the Hornets. Hawks have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting.
Kemba Walker, quick. Got a great handle on the ball. He's a blur in transition. And what I like about him, he's always looking to push the tempo for easy baskets. And he's tough, not afraid of the moment.
Jefferson setting the pick for Walker. 6 to shoot. Horford with the block. Here's the Mayor. 17 points in the game. And Walker tough to stay in front of, but yet Clark, he's become a great finisher around the rim.
Well, you know, you have to be able to do that at his size. He's listed at 6'1", which I think is really generous. He's more 5'10", 5'11", and he understands that's an area that he has to continue to expand and add to be the potent offensive player he's capable of being.
Here's Ball. No good, unable to end this run.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far. You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
And what a tremendous game for the mayor. He's got 17 points, and he's done a good job distributing the ball as well.
Well, you can't discount what that's meant to this team. I mean, he's helped their cause with his passing, and it's really given his team a nice groove.
Biombo is checked in for Charlotte. Brian Roberts comes in for Walker. Atlanta also making some changes here. Mike Scott's checked in for Horford. Ken Bazemore comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Teague in for Kyle Korver. Here's the mayor, averaging 24 points per contest. That's good. Charlotte in the lead. There's a good screen. And Roberts kicks to Neal. And stolen by Scott. Scott with a screen on Henderson. Here's the mayor. Last time 45 points for him. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws.
Nice job there, attacking the rim and drawing the contact.
Yeah, I like that play there. The defense had no choice but to foul in order to save the dunk. You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter, but right now he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
Well, the Bobcats then, now Hornets, might have been a little bit late to the analytics movement, but that's going on in the NBA all over the place, and they're full-time on it now.
Yeah, they're all over it. Last season they had a half dozen of their staff devoted to analytics.
He feeds it to Bazemore. Sinks the triple. Bazemore's got 5 now.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space. And for the Hornets, that's huge, having a bit of a numerical guide as to who to target in free agency, because they aren't usually a big player in that respect.
Henderson, no good.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Bazemore passes the ball. Lets it go with a 3. No good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it.
And we know the Hornets definitely aren't as big a player in most free agent markets. That's pretty clear. Small market team. They're usually at the bottom of the league in payroll. But they are making the most of what they spend now with their analysis. So trying to level the playing field a little bit.
He kicks to Carroll. This one for 3. It's Biombo with the rebound. Biombo's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
They've been strong on the boards. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says. Still anybody's game, though. You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Teague, the pass the ball. Feeds it to Bazemore. Clock at 6. Stolen by Henderson.
And they'll probably let the clock wind down here.
Exactly. No need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter. That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Yeah, that's right. So you push it. That's the best opportunity for points on the break. This lead, I think, is headed north.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
Tie game here in Charlotte. And time now to go courtside as we send.
Well, guys, I'm here with Al Jefferson.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things. We've been able to force a lot of turnover.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. The Mayor having a dominant impact in this game.
It didn't take long to see what kind of game he was going to have today. He came out very aggressively and had a terrific first half.
You know, you look at his shot chart, it's all graped up. I mean, he's right at the rim. He's driving the lane again and again.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the... Third, setting the floor for the Hornets. Inside, you have Vonleh and Jefferson. Kemba Walker is out there with Gary Neal. And it's Henderson in at the three. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Gary Neal is 6'4" shooter, played 3 seasons with the Spurs, and before that a long time in Europe. Deep range on his shot, and he's able to hit from a standstill or on the move.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. As you know, Cody Zeller was the 4th overall pick in 2013. And Coach Clifford has said he has a lot of physical ability. His basketball IQ is through the roof. He has great intangibles, and he's young. I don't want to limit him in any way, but I want him to progress at his own rate. For us to be good, he's got to be a really big part of it. Kevin, back to you.
An intriguing young talent. Thanks. Corbin. Here's Horford. Lays it up and banks it in. Horford's got his second bucket tonight.
That one goes down, but offensively, just 1 of 4 to start the third quarter.
And Neal, the combo guard size, but he's more of a shooter than a playmaker.
Yeah, you know, he does better defending shooting guards in most matchups as well, Kevin, but the offensive end, I think, is where he makes his mark, and that's what you focus on with Gary Neal. He's going to give you scoring. No good from Ball.
That was not pretty there. You got to make that one, but maybe that's not his range.
Neal dishes to Walker. It's Henderson on the wing. And Walker kicks to Neal. Screen by Jefferson. Here's Neal. He's got 8. Shot clock at 6. The kick out to Walker. Launches a 3, and that one's good. Walker's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
The shot's good from Ball.
Right back at you. They immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
And it's Walker penetrating. Jefferson setting the pick for Walker. Neal's shot is off.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Ball, the pass to Corbin. Carroll with the 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Yeah, shoddy defense there. Far too slow to react on the closeouts.
Outside, Walker. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. Paul Millsap picks one up. And Clark and Steve, as we approach the 4th quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply
Cover somebody.
The cushion at all.
It's go time.
50 seconds left in the 3rd. Teague dishes to Cephalosha. Back to Teague. The kick out to Scott. Passes it to Cephalosha. 6 to shoot. Dishes it to Bazemore. There's the triple, and the shot is good. Bazemore's got 11 points.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the 3-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
The Mayor is checked in for Atlanta. And Roberts kicks to Vonleh. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. There's the dish to Roberts. Vonleh with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
You know, the turnaround jumper, guys, is one of those shots that always just looks so good. I mean, it's got that nice, smooth, singular motion. Sweet.
Ball. And no good trying to get that one. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. It's Atlanta. They lead by...
Coming up next Tuesday, March 31st, Al Horford and the Atlanta Hawks take on Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons.
Hornets trail by 6. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Ball in a 2-guard. Scott is out there with Damari Carroll. Then there's Kent Bazemore, and it's Teague in at the point guard position. And there's the feed to Biyombo. That's good. Biyombo's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Hornets.
Boy, what a display of offense we've seen today, and it's only getting better.
Well, both defenses have been on their heels all day, and it's begun to take its toll.
Outside Teague, pass the ball. Just 5 on the clock. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. They get it again. Carroll. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picked. It's up 2. And the Hawks lead by 6. Charlotte has gone along perfectly from three-point range tonight. They've gone 5 for 5. Here's Henderson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
I agree, Clark. They need stops, and they can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are really high-percentage looks.
Ball, the pass to Carroll. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Well, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
Oh, boy. Whipped cream, cherry on top. It always comes back to dessert.
Good.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Some changes for Charlotte. Al Jefferson's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Gary Neal comes in for Marvin Williams. And it's Kemba Walker in for Brian Roberts. Then for the Hawks, Al Horford. He's checked in for Scott. Millsap comes in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Korver in for Teague. Outside, Walker. He dishes it to Neal to take the lead. Atlanta with the rebound. Horford's got his 5th rebound in this one. From downtown, and he sinks it from deep. Three-pointer good from Ball. The Mayor's got 27.
Getting the feel out there from long range, guys. That's his 2nd 3 of the half.
Walker goes in. That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Jefferson.
You know, passing the ball well on the perimeter has really opened things up offensively for this club.
Steve, it makes the game easy. I mean, 10 straight points off assist. That's impressive, but it's easy when you move the ball.
Here's Ball. The Hornets pull it in. Now Walker unloads from 9. Here's Vonleh. No good. Good work defensively by Millsap. The Hawks leading by 3. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. That's good. It's 29 points for the Mayor. The Hornets have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Kicks it to Henderson, and that one is hammered home.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
So it's the Hawks now. Next up in the docket, the Bucks following this one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Ball, and it's blocked. Now here's Walker. There's the pass to Henderson. He feeds it to Neal. Some nice pass in here by Charlotte. Shot's good by Walker.
I love it when a player like this shakes off a poor first half and comes back strong like he has, showing a lot of confidence in his game.
Here's the mayor. Shot from the top of the key. Here's Millsap. No luck. They battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth.
I'd say that shot was well within his range.
You think so? I mean, I was pretty good from 2 feet and in myself. That's a gimme there.
Shot to stop the run. The shot's good from Ball. The Mayor's got it all tied up now for Atlanta. For Charlotte, they've gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. And Walker kicks to Neal. From the arc, Jefferson trying to break loose. Atlanta with the rebound. Carroll's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Ball. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's good from Ball. Second free throw, no good.
I thought the pressure might get to him a little bit, but he did enough to put them in front.
Shot's good by Neal.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Here's Ball. And right on target. Good. The Mayor's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
His work at the offensive end has been phenomenal. Maybe reason number 1, they're ahead.
Walker dishes to Jefferson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. 14 points for Al Jefferson. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
You know, quite honestly, Kevin and Steve, I mean, this game, as close as it's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Well, then let's root for overtime. Why not? Well, this quarter has gone awfully well for him. It seems like every chance he's gotten, he's pretty much converted.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford was going over with his team. He told them the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to loose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
Walker goes in. Terrific design on the big play, and he lays it in. Walker's got 5 points now this quarter.
This has been a terrific contest up to this point, and I would guess it's going to stay this way all the way to the end. Great matchup.
Probably so. Neither team wants to give an inch.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
That's good. Now it's a 3-point Hornets lead.
Beautiful ball movement again.
Last 5 trips, they've all ended with a great pass leading to a basket, Steve. I mean, they are really sharing the basketball. Well, they've had the advantage in rebounding all night, but none bigger than the one right there.
Here's Ball. Offensive rebound. Horford no up. Hornets leading by 3. And here's Henderson. Jefferson kicks to Henderson. And a wide open look for Walker. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
No good from Ball. Charlotte has gotten 2/3 of their 3-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Outside, Walker.
It's been tough for them to try and slow down Walker. 19 points, and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision, Clark, has been phenomenal. I mean, he could not be passing the ball any better than he is right now.
And he does get the second one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Atlanta's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Millsap passes the ball. Latre. It's rebounded by Jefferson.
Well, they're trying to come back here, but you've got to get a better look at the basket to get it done.
Doubled by Ball. Here's Walker. And that is good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy. You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Going to the line, Gerald Henderson. Shooting 2.
And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. Atlanta shooting only 35% in the fourth quarter. The offense looking a little rickety. Atlanta again missing.
Kevin, he's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. With time running low, he'd be better off trying something else.
And the mayor gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. In the bonus, will go to the free throw line. That's the first, and that will put them up by 9.
Move the ball to get
the new group in now for Charlotte.
Kevin, thank you. I'm
never move faking. Got to get the loot so I can bring home the bacon. Brothers front, they say the drop.